Oh,
Yep.
Oh, there it is.
so I think I can take that off and then record. Who knows where it's recording? Hi, Josh, and hello, Reverend Rob Pittman. Oh, clerical collar.
He still has that newly ordained smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, the paint's
I
still
can't
wet.
shake it.
Your things went well.
It was a fun time, yeah. It was a good day. Even Chris Kutch made it down from way up there in Brown's yard. So
Very good.
Now I'm
Chris, your
from
dad
two
was
parishes.
saying, "Hey,
I said now I'm from two parishes.
yeah, I was just gonna say your dad said your first Sunday went well."
Yeah, you'll have to ask Susan. She's on the call here. She'll
Oh,
let you.
I asked her yesterday. She said Chris is awful.
So, Chris,
Yeah,
are
that
you
was
feeling
it.
a little
That's what I told
divided?
him.
I will say that while she can't hit me. So
Sorry. So you actually are in the same deanery as Robert or Archdeacon, partially.
Yeah.
Half of Chris is in the.
Oh yeah, that's right.
One Lord, though. One Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God, Father of all.
And one split Chris.
But the people in Lancaster are wonderful. I'm really looking forward to continuing to work with them and get to know them. So
They are. We used to attend on a semi-regular basis. Rejoice did an evening service a long time ago. Okay, so it's after 12:10. Welcome everyone. I think as far as rules of engagement, we'll ask people to mute their microphones and
I'm home. For you. What?
at any point, if you have a question, you should be able to find reactions down in the bottom.
She's out walking.
Actually, I might be able to mute. Yes. Okay.
And raise that hand. This not look like that muted.
And yeah, you should see under this mouse is not working well. Under reactions, you can raise a hand, and then if you have a question or put it in the chat, which I will open now, and then I'm going to share the screen and go to our website. So thank you for coming to this. I'll share now. Our inaugural Synod Commons. No. There, hopefully everyone can now see the screen of our website and the soon to, whoops, today's e-news story, which is about one of our attendees. So I'm just kind of making some room here on my screen. What I wanted to start with is the most important tool, which is, here we go, the search key. Because basically your first bet is always just to search what you're looking for, and hopefully that will get you a long way, and it comes in really handy instead of trying to go through all the menu items. Now the menu items for some reason are over here rather than across the top, so that's a slightly different look. We're in the cathedral boardroom, and it's uses a search web browser that I don't normally use. So these are our menu items, which are normally across the top. But as I say, start with the search. On our top menu, we have the prayer request form, which is something we receive at the office. Typically, the requests we get are from people, I suspect mostly outside the diocese, but we're happy to pray in our synod prayer time for prayer requests. We keep those anonymous, obviously. And the DIMS button. I'm not really talking about DIMS much today, but that will take you to the DIMS application, which is separate from our website. On our home screen, we have our banners with our rolling kind of events and news. And you can always, this is a very strange look. I wonder if I can zoom in. How do you zoom out?
It's better.
Control.
There you
Is
go.
that better?
That's better. You got the banners are now at the top.
Yeah, okay. I was
Yeah.
trying to get more. There we
Yeah.
go. Okay. The latest news and upcoming events, and of course you can, a particular use is potentially the list of events and what's going on, and then our program always puts things on the side that may not be on the main page and so on, but what's happening this week. The other really good feature is the Find a Church. You can search by location, or you can search by a name of a church, for example. And I don't know if you can also search by a person, which is why, yeah, that's probably why those are coming up. David. Yeah, so these are churches with David as a cleric. So that also works. We also have just a page of, well, you can also look by archdeaconry. We have a page of deconsecrated buildings and our cemeteries list. Any of these, if you see anything, especially the cemeteries list or anything on a church that's wrong, we'd appreciate hearing that. I apologize for my mouse not working well. So any church has basically a picture of a church. Most of those are from Frank Morehouse's book of pictures from several years ago. Something about the parish. If it's a parish with multiple points, there's usually a link to points in the church. We can't do it by parish, unfortunately. The package we use does it by individual church, but we do try to find. Let's see if I do six saints, for example. Mouse is refusing to work. Then the list of all the points in a parish will be there.
With one to come off.
With one to, yes. I guess it is so, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And consecrated. Good point.
Yeah.
Any questions on that? About finding staff, we have our Synod staff directory. So we're all there. Some special ministries we have. Well, okay, I apologize. This changed the battery here. Also, basically a list of all contacts, including archdeacons, canons, generally a general clergy list, all our special officers, a few of which are vacant, unfortunately, and the PDF document of the full list of synod roles and committee membership down at the bottom there. Which, as I say, opens a PDF. If you're wondering on who's on what committee, that's a quick way. List of clergy and associated with for any active clergy associated with their prime church, had to pick one in cases of multiple points, and our list of retired clergy. And
I'll get you another battery there.
yeah, if there's anything. So we have a lot of clergy in the diocese for the size of us. Of interest mainly to the general workings of things, we have our resources page. This is what we call a collection. So there's a serious set of resources. Clergy resources would be particularly for clergy, where parish officers would include clergy when it comes to administrative items, that sort of thing. So of interest to wardens, treasurers, and incumbents are the parish resources. The Parish Officer Handbook, which actually includes links to important legislation and some the handbook itself. We gave out copies of this at the last Parish Warden Officers Day, but it is all here. And as I say, the legislation that is pertinent to parish officers. When we get to Synod, there's a page now on Synod financial resources, which is kind of a landing page for all the grants, shared ministry reduction request, the consolidated application form, and the missional initiative form.
Yeah, just note, we've opened up at council. We've opened up a new application deadline for further grants. So we've got two main grants that we're using at the moment. That's the missional grant and the evangelistic grant, both of which we felt we'd open up a separate new application. So that's the deadline there, 6th of November. And you'll fill it out through the grants and loan link form. I both feel on that. You just need to specify if you're going to use the missional grant or the evangelistic grant request.
Excuse me, Philip, when you say missional grant, you mean diocesan synod grant, right? As opposed to the
missional initiative.
Yeah, the diocesan synod grant. So we had two the diocesan synod grant, which is mainly for the infrastructure or missional work, or and then we had that separate additional grant that council had agreed, which was to open up for evangelistic grants.
We should add some wording on that there. Yeah. When the time comes, there's a page with some key things for parish annual meetings. Also, the parish annual returns page, which will have the links to the forms for filling those out, for example, and the financial checklist and quick guide for DIMS, things like that. Mission action plan, that's probably a little out of date. Actually, we're now got that into the annual statistical return. No, sorry, not really. This is if you want to do a mission action plan, the results of which we've incorporated into the statistical return. The cemetery management page is here. Beyond the regulation, some things and some forms. and also have used the closure of church buildings. Hopefully no one needs it, but we're deconsecrating 5 churches this year, unfortunately. So this is our kind of our current list of things to think about and the process to follow. And in most cases, you'll find the text as well as something you can print off easily in these types. Parish registers is just copies of the, if you want to print your own, sorry, it's a link to the clergy page, which is password protected, but basically the information on why we do this. And we started putting together kind of a list of providers for worship supplies of various kinds. So if you're wondering where to go for different things, we're keeping this as we learn of any new suppliers, keeping this up to date. The financial assistance is more about not so much parish financial assistance as scholarships and bursaries and grants for personal use. So everyone should be aware, especially if you know university students. This is the Scott Clarkson's a general fund scholarship. That's a good amount of scholarship. And then for clergy, there's several for studying and so on, but there's some specific ones, but that's different than the parish grants and loans. Worship resources, that's just another link to that same page I just showed you. Digital resources is not well kept up to date, but some best practices and some information on cybersecurity, phishing, and so on, ransomware, just to get you started, some links where you can follow. So if a parish is concerned about being safe online, there's some as I say, resources to get you started. Discipleship resources is a good list of all our kind of mission type things, some programs you can follow. This is getting out of date, I notice. So the Arusha called it discipleship, godly play, the difference course. Some of we have a page for Lent and a page for Advent, and some of this is some older stuff we've done, but it's there in case you are looking for some sort of discipleship program. And prayer, the e-offering is information. If someone's wondering, you can send them there. The prayer, we do have the diocesan intercessions, if you're not aware of those, that are kept up to date. And so it's a daily set of intercessions plus the Sunday, and you can download the booklet to see those. This is information on our resource. At the resource center, it's a little up in the air. It's at the Parish of Rosse, but I'm not quite sure on how well it's being managed or staffed, kind of thing. Some stewardship resources, which are not necessarily recent. I guess that's, if there's any questions, and keep track of, you have your own computer for managing. There's a chat, I'm sorry. Oh, okay, see you, Chris. Under ministries, this is less kept up to date. And if you're involved in any of these ministries, we'd certainly love to hear more from you and put information up. The lay readers is mostly their main information in the training platform. But the rest is more informative, what we know and what's going on, but would happily add other ministries there. The Safe Church pages will be reworked as we're in the process of reviewing the Safe Church package and the training and so on. And this page will actually be a little more accessible, easy to use, quick find when we're done that. So that's a note to come, and we'll be having a session on Safe Church in the new year. So. News is basically the latest news, which is the latest main news story. So they're all there if you're looking to go back and see what news went up in the last while, because you missed it. Or the e-news is actually a copy of the email that goes out. So the actual e-news with all the parts. The NB Anglican is the landing page for all the digital copies of the NB Anglican, and of course a link to subscribe. And the other events are the diocesan events and the parish events. Parish events is basically a list. Giselle maintains this of all the things happening in the diocese, different parishes and groups. The diocesan events is more of a calendar style, and you can look at it as a calendar or the list, as we looked at earlier. I will note that I maintain the Archbishop's kind of principal engagements on this page. So if you're looking to see if he's available for a Sunday, you can look here first and see what days are not available to start. And then, like, the 9th has actually just been taken, but the 9th is free, November 9th. The 16th, something's in the afternoon. And so that's, and he has lots of availability in December and onward, as you can see. So, although I know I have some pending requests, so, but that's just something when people are wondering, and it's also worth seeing. He gets around the diocese on a regular basis. So. So that's an overview of the page. I don't know if you wanted to add, and I didn't do the legislation page. Two things: the Synod and governance. There's a page on Synod sessions, both an upcoming Synod session, if there was one scheduled, and past Synod sessions and the minutes and circulars from those. The Diocesan Council page, who's on council and when the meetings are, that sort of thing. The committees are basically a page per committee. We're down on kind of active committees at this point. So who's on those? Maybe some key pieces of either legislation or things they've done that you want to look into. And we do have a member nomination form. If anyone thinks they can offer something to a committee, please nominate or get nominated, and our nominating committee would love to receive that form from you. And going back up, unfortunately, this one doesn't let you go back. Oh, sorry. One moment, please. I can't. Did I just close it?
You might have just closed it. Yeah, I think.
no, cancel. I'm going to stop sharing for a minute so I can actually see the top of my screen. There we go. No, there it is. Okay. And I'm going to share again. So going back to vote. Temporal transactions is kind of a funny diocesan thing that we keep track, or we actually publish all the times the synod seal is put on a document. So anytime a parish sells a property or leases or whatever, and the synod signs off on that, that's there. That's just a second link to legislation and directives. So which can also be found under legislation, policies, and directives. And so all of our regulations, policies, and the Anglican Church Act, for example, constitutions and canons are here. If you're interested in what's been changed, there is a legislation and directive change log that is kept up to date with all the changes that have happened to legislation over since forever. No, I don't know. The log doesn't include forever, but somewhere there's logs that keep track of that. And I think that's the overview I wanted to cover, and I would happily take questions, which was more than 10 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah. And as Cheryl said, if you're not certain of what you're looking for, then just click on the search link, type in some, put in some keywords, and it will probably bring back a return of certain things.
There we go. Synod financial resources. I'm glad that came up first.
That's right.
Carol, I have a question.
Sure.
It's not really with regards to use of the website, but I'm wondering who you host with and what kind of arrangement you have with them. And the reason I ask is I'm sure there are many little parishes like the Parish of Kent that do not have a website of their own. And I'm just wondering if it's possible to host just a little info page on the diocesan website where, you know, we could click on the Parish of Kent and you'd get like a service time and
yeah.
Yes.
Something.
So thank you, Chris. That's an important question, and oops.
Okay.
Our website is hosted by Tithely, which is a company originally. Their main focus is church software, particularly the e-offering type software. When we went originally with our this website, it was with a Canadian company that was building a new platform for church websites. And they even had something where the diocese would get one, and then the churches could all get one for a fee if we got everyone to sign up. And we tried that at the time, and that didn't happen. And it wasn't an insignificant fee in any case. It's not a surprise that it didn't happen. But however, we've stayed with all we do is we only use their web platform software. We're not involved with them in with any other of their like they have a contact management system which we've looked at because we would like to replace DIMS, but it's just too much. It's too all encompassing, and as I say, their receipting finance package and so on. So in particular, we're just with them with this website. However, what we do have is this Find a Church, and for every church, there is a common platform. And so, yes, we would happily add whatever information you want, a church wants here. We can't, kind of go around trying to keep it up to date. You'll notice, Chris, I have put you as half-time as of the change in your position. So those things, we keep this up to date, but service times change and so on. So we're happily do that. There is a map. And as I say, the keywords, it does, like I can look up Browns, Kent, Chris, and and because the Archbishop is coming to preside at a service that's Sunday.
Yeah, that's coming.
That automatically pulls in those events. And if there's an article that we tie to your parish, that would automatically come here as well.
Right.
Now this upcoming events, there's a 3-month window. So even if I put this up, say 6 months ago, it would have only showed up 3 months ago. But
yeah. And Cheryl, if we have like a fairly consistent ministry, like a Bible study that meets every Thursday, say, could that be included as well?
Happy to do that on service times. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will perhaps send you some information in the days to come.
Yeah, please do.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, I should offer that on my clergy bi-weekly
notification.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
No.
I'm hoping I'll see hands if they go up. That's
Did you want a real hand or
or just speaking is fine. Yep.
just a speaking hand?
Yeah.
Cheryl, this is just it's kind of a nitpicky comment, but it's also a question, I guess. One of the things we do on the cathedral website is we pull in information from all kinds of different sources.
Mhm.
And one of those sources is from the diocesan website, and particularly it's publications of the New Brunswick Anglican.
Right.
And it's a little annoying that every time there's a post to say that this month's New Brunswick Anglican has been posted, it goes up with a different title. So sometimes it's just New Brunswick Anglican, sometimes it's NB Anglican, sometimes it's October New Brunswick Anglican, but every time it's different. And when we have our list, sometimes it's really difficult to tell what the link goes to because it's a different title.
Pass that on to Giselle. I never thought of
a consistent name,
consistent title. Yeah.
So I mean, it would be great if it was just NB Anglican October, NB Anglican November, but some consistency, and that would help us on our end to kind of keep things easier to follow.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Easier question.
Yeah. We want the year as well, like October 2025.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's good to know. Good to know. We are somewhat limited in in what we can do, as I say, we have find a church, we don't have find a parish, and then able to kind of show those links, other than how we've done that with making sure the description shows multiple the multiple points. But this, because it's a plug and play kind of website platform, we work in the what we have. There are blogs and so on associated with it as well. We are starting to use the new registration system that's for events that's associated with it. But I don't know that it's not something that you would see on the main page, but you would go to it. So there is some background stuff as well, but we are limited in the styles and that sort of thing. But it makes it feasible for more people to add information and so on, as opposed to doing your own hosting your own site.
So just out of curiosity, Cheryl, how much does Highly web hosting cost per year or per month or whatever the package is?
I should have asked
You know,
that.
roughly?
Jeffrey, we can get back to you on that if you're interested.
It doesn't have to be exact. I just wondered around about.
And I'm actually I don't even want to guess at this point. I've known in the past, and it is not hi Chris, okay. It is not insignificant. So potentially out of reach for your standard rural small parish, but it's also not obviously so large. Like it's in the hundreds of dollars a year, not thousands or anything like that.
Yeah, well, I can ask sometime. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you.
So I also was wondering if there are things that are not here that people would like to see, or have you had trouble with finding information?
You make it look very easy, Cheryl.
I'm very familiar with it, I guess. That's again, I recommend the search button to get started, because some stuff there's links, everything's in there once, but there's multiple links. Like legislation, you can find links in more than one spot.
I think it was very helpful just to see some of the stuff that was there that I probably never looked at before. So
okay, good.
That was good.
Yeah. And I think we try to keep the number of sort of top tabs to a limit, and use the subsets just so there's not overwhelming, but there is things down in these sub menus, I guess what we call them. For the clergy, there I think you're aware, well, maybe for particularly the new cleric in the room, there is under clergy resources, there is administrative downloads, which are forms particularly for clergy, and there is a password. So Rob, I'm not sure how much has been shared with you. In particular, I should be sharing the new clergy handbook and so on. So just has come to me right now.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
I didn't know if Sean had done so.
I don't think so. I think we mentioned it briefly one day, and then I think both of us forgot about it. So
we'll do that. Yeah. So, which is a work in progress for everyone. For all the clerics on board, it wouldn't hurt to send everyone a current copy, but I haven't done any work in a while. But Just speak up if I'm missing your hand or don't see anything new in the chat.
Yeah, I don't have the password for the administrative downloads either, so I'll have to get that someday.
Yeah, I won't announce it with everybody on here.
No, that's fair. I can appreciate that. That's why I said someday.
I'll send it to you right away. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And on that are basically forms that, like if you were to or the pages for the parish registers are there. But also you can just ask us and we send them because they're properly on good paper, archived paper. So and forms you might want, baptism certificate or something like that. Yeah. Oh, there's the chat. It'd be good to have a mini bio for each active clergy member. Huh. Okay. That's an idea.
Okay.
Thank you, Chris. And I'm happy on the idea of churches. If you want to add to the description that's there, I'm happy to do that as well. So, and be nice to know. It'd be nice to post administrative assistance too for churches if people wanted to supply that information. So you know who you're talking to when you call. Okay, well, that's no further questions. We'll close this inaugural comments. Thank you for coming. I hope this has been useful. And as I say, as we look at more, I'm sure next month is the shared ministry budget with Phil, and that might be a very popular topic. So
yeah, so I think we'll be covering just elements of the budget. So one of them is obviously your shared ministry budget assessment. But by then, I'm hoping we'll have some other information we can share with you around probably cost of living indexes, that sort of thing, so that when you're starting to plan your budgets for next year in terms of salary and other wage costs, you'll have a better understanding. We typically won't probably have the insurance premium renewal by then, but we might have an indication of what the likely increment could be for next year for insurance. And something just to be aware of, alert of, we are having a conversation with our health provider, so that's Blue Cross. They obviously, we've only been with them for a couple of years. We had a 2-year fixed deal with them, which is coming up for renewal. We are expecting an uplift on current rates on that, only because we have had quite a lot of costs against that current premium. So that's just something to be aware of. And so I may be able to feed some of that back in also next month.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for attending.
Cheryl.
Yeah, we'll see you later.
Thank you.
Thanks, Josh. Bye-bye.